Hey, party people. Good morning. Well, who knows what time you're watching this? The internet is weird. But for me, right now, it is 6:30 in the morning. My family is asleep. I don't usually stream this early in the morning. But I thought I'd try something different, something new. I haven't streamed in a while. It's been probably a good month. And I've been busy. It's been a busy time. Summer's supposed to be a time when you relax, right? But I've got so much stuff to do. Just haven't had time. Hey, Cheese, how you doing, buddy? God, we haven't talked in a long time. I feel like I've been, I don't know, just out of the loop for a while, game development wise, because I've been working on so many other things. But I'm trying to fit it back in, basically. So here I am. It's 6:40 in the morning. What time is it there? 20 minutes to morning? What is it, 11:30 at night? Anyway, we'll see how this goes. If my daughter's room is right above me, and if she comes down and says, "Dad, what are you doing?" I may have to end the stream. But anyway, that's why I'm keeping my voice a little lower. So I'm not trying to do any ASMR stuff. This is just me trying not to wake up the rest of the folks in the house. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do this. What I want to start on today, and maybe this was a bad choice for streaming, but what I want to start on is some way to implement a wall that disappears when you shoot it. Actually, I think I had a branch. Yeah, I did have a branch where I started this and I didn't like it. I was unsatisfied with the results. But let's start there. Let me revive that branch and see what the deal is. Look at this is the solo dev life right here. Everything in master, just brrr, one after another. And you see I've got these little branches where I tried something and then never merged it because I didn't like it. This is a feature I did eventually merge that I liked. So many dead features. Where the heck is it? I know I did something. Can I search? All the way back to 2020. I don't think it was this long ago. Huh. Maybe I didn't give it a good commit message. Once again, past me sabotaging current me. Maybe... No. No. Maybe I stashed it? Is that right? I don't know what I just did. Yeah, git stash show. Show the changes recorded in the stash entry as a diff between the stashed contents and the commit. Back when the stash was first created. Oh, I want to get stash list. Temp and kind of, oh God. Why am I so terrible to myself? It probably would have been better if I had left it as cruft, because then at least I'd be able to find it. I mean, maybe I did. Maybe I did leave it as cruft. I did. All right. Secret walls. It changes the collision area. It basically disables the collision on the wall. And then it hides the wall. Okay, let's try it. And then I'll refresh my memory on what I didn't like about it. The old test area. Let's do this. Let's erase this. And then we'll add a new wall right here. And we'll mark it secret. Make it blue. Okay. So if I shoot this wall, it should, yeah, it disappears. So it's a secret area. Maybe that's cool. Why didn't I like this? That's fine. That seems fine. So then, what do? I can put some like, oh, maybe this was the problem. So if I put like coins back there. See, they didn't, okay, so that's a problem. But I can't get them, right? Until I, oh no, I could get them. So many problems with these secret areas. The UI for this is kind of fiddly because now I can't, it's hard to like select things in there. I have to click it twice. So this is, I don't know if this is a good stream or not. I don't know if people like to see other people floundering. I think people like to see, well, I don't know, you guys tell me. But my intuition is people like to see people winning. Achieving, accomplishing, climbing the mountain, reaching the top. But my streams are more often like, I don't know, let's see what happens. And then I kind of make it there. And, you know, a lot of it is just like, ugh, why did I do that? And, ugh, how do I do this? And, ugh. I was working on the ice while looking for, oh yeah, thank you. So what if I did, let me try, maybe I can solve my problem with level design instead of coding. So if I had like an invisible area, wall like this, and then, yeah, something like this. No, yeah. Let me change this a little bit. Okay, so then this guy, oops, this guy will kind of go like this, and this guy will kind of go like this. So this invisible wall will become like a door rather than covering something. Into a secret chamber. In the secret chamber, we'll have the stuff. Alright, so when you're flying by, you're like, oh yeah, just normal stuff. Don't see anything out of the unusual here. Just regular old walls everywhere. Oh, but wait, what is this? A secret area? Look, those 3 coins I was searching for. Now I can get the S rank. Get out of here, you dead guys. That's not bad. That's not bad. Right? And no matter how close I get here, I can't see the coins because it's just too far away off the screen. And I don't have to worry about overlaps or anything in the level editor. It's either there or it's not. Hey, Hoodstrats, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I think I do need some way to show or to give the player a clue, a subtle clue, that this is a secret wall. Because I don't want, one thing you don't want in a secret area or secret walls is to force the player to just be blasting walls everywhere he goes, because that's just boring, right? You want him to be able to see it and go, aha, this one's the secret wall. All right, let's work on that. Let me see. So secret hidden areas. I'm writing down my to-do here. I need a checklist. Checklist. I need. How do I write this? Was it really? Did that get... So in the Castlevania way, I'd never played Castlevania. But did you literally just walk around hitting walls randomly to find the secret areas? And were people not incredibly frustrated with that? Hey, Mo. Can I call you Mo? 10,001. I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could help fix your bug. So this needs to say, okay, so I need some way, I'm trying to figure out how to write this down in my head, but I can't. So I'm just going to write it down and then I'll edit it. Need some way to give player a clue about about which walls are secret. Visual clue on secret walls for player. What else do we need? We need some kind of dissolve shader Hey, thank you, Mo and Dim Kajak, for the follow. Appreciate it. Wasabi Cheetah, prithee thou doest well as well. Yes, yea, verily. Thank you and welcome back. Oh, cracks in the wall. That's not a bad idea. Let me write that down. Maybe cracks in the wall. I need also a dissolve shader or crumble shader or something like that for the wall disappearing. Oh, it might be cool if it if you actually destroyed it, right? Like you hit it and it's a weak wall and it crumbled and then fell and disappeared into dust. That'd be kind of cool. God damn, that sounds like a lot of work. Yep, that's my MO. That's my MO. More work than I can handle. Would need a sound effect for the crumble thing. What else would it need? That'll probably do it. Yeah, that'll probably do it. I mean, one thing I thought about doing was, what if I had, like something like this, right? So I've got this secret wall, and if it overlapped a regular wall, what I thought I might do is have this do some kind of CSG where it subtracts this shape from this shape and leaves you with the cavern. But when it's hidden, it wouldn't subtract, it would union instead. So you'd end up with a single wall with this outline, but then when you shot it, it would subtract this from this and leave you with the cave. The reason I hesitate on that is because Godot actually has a bunch of cool geometry features. There's a whole class for doing that. There's this whole class for doing that. You can do clipping, you can do convex hull calculation from an array of points, you can intersect, you can... all the stuff you need to do. I use this class a lot when I'm doing the in the level editor for drawing. Oops. Like when I do this, it's using that geometry class to do a union, and when I do erase, it's doing the subtraction. But it's possible sometimes you end up with weird geometry that doesn't render. And that would be a risk here, that might happen, and it's not exactly obvious how to fix it, and it's kind of a pain in the neck to deal with. So this using them as doors is kind of simpler, and I don't need to deal with unions or subtractions or anything. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with this. Let's stick with that. Keep it simple. It is early. Hey Slacks, how you doing? Early for you too, compared to when I normally stream, right? Yeah, it's 7 a.m. here. I'm trying it out. I've been super busy lately. It's just hard to find time to fit this in. So here I am at 7 a.m. Yeah, so I think that's gonna cover it, right? I'll just make them doors. Secret areas, walls are doors now. Think of them like doors. Secret doors when designing levels. So this cracks in the wall thing. That's interesting. So that could be done with level design as well. Let's see. Whoa. Slacks. Slacks with the gift subs. Thank you, kind sir. Game Dev Unknown. Hey, how you doing? 3 p.m. there, Slacks. Nice. Edgy 420. Got interested in Godot, but it seems like I can't use the Godot script editor as my keyboard layout requires Control-Alt to make symbols such as the $sign. Control-Left-Alt to make the $sign. Yeah, that's unusual. I mean, it's unusual for US layout keyboards anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one workaround is obviously don't use the Godot script editor. You can use an external editor instead. I've gone back and forth on that. I do like Visual Code. There's fairly good integration between Visual Studio Code and Godot editor. It's not. I think on balance, I prefer the script editor to Visual Studio Code just because it's just slightly more tightly integrated with Godot. It just slightly works a little better in terms of testing the game and doing debugging, the built-in help, all that. But Visual Studio Code has a lot of cool things to recommend it. You know, the multi-cursor thing helps with refactoring or renaming variables. And it does work pretty well. I don't know. If you do want to use Visual Studio Code, the only other thing I can think of to do would be to remap all the keyboard shortcuts, which I think you can do. I think you can do. Somewhere, maybe. Oh, here it is. It's this tab. Yeah, so you can remap all the keyboard shortcuts to something else, to something usable by you. I don't know, man. I don't know how to fix that problem. Yeah, if you go with that, there's a setting in here. It's editor settings, editor editor, editors, external, text editor, external, right? Use external editor and you tell it what, what you want to do. So if I check this on, this is Visual Studio Code, then every time I open a script, it just opens it in code, which is pretty nice. I mean, yeah, it may work for you. All right, so if I did that, and then let's say I do something like that, right? Or, let's do this again. What if I just did this instead? Right, so you're flying by and then you see a wall with these cracks in it, then you know, right? So rather than procedurally generate the cracks, I can leave it up to the level designer, which is me. Some kind of visual shape language, right, that tells the player, maybe this wall is different. I mean, it just does look different than the surrounding walls. And I could do, so that's one way. I could also do something like this. Something like this, and then copy that. Let's see. Do something like that. Let's see. Oops. Could do something like that. That's not a bad visual cue either, right? And then this one's kind of fun because now there's a bunch of them to shoot. And they would all do that dissolve shader thing. Dissolve, 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 right? That could be kind of fun. Yeah, lots of different chunks to blow up. So you can kind of fly by and you see it and you're like, if you're not paying attention or you're a new player, you might not notice it. You're just like, yep, that's walls. Fly right by. But then you might bump into one by accident and go, oh, look, it destroyed itself. And then you'd start to notice other areas of different levels that have that kind of shape, and you'd be rewarded, right, by your exploration. And then you'd start noticing them in other levels. And you'd be like, ah, I'm so smart. Look, I can see. See that level designer? What a dummy. He thought he could hide this shit from me, but no. I'm way smarter than the guy who made this game. Because I can see what he did here. Think you can hide your coins from me, level designer guy? And then they can complain about it on the forums to me and be like, you're so dumb, John. I can't believe you thought you could hide that stuff. I don't know. Okay, so I like that. So I'll handle the cracks. I'll handle the all that with level design and the way I create the shapes of the levels, not procedurally. Not procedurally at all. So that makes that easier. Yes, I do. There are some levels with that shattered look. I don't know. I think to me, like the secret level thing, the secret wall thing is kind of a... I don't know that there's a perfect way to do it. I've been playing this game called Scourgebringer, and in Scourgebringer, they do it by like putting dust on the walls that you can smash. And in the very first level, the very first world, the dust is very obvious because there's not dust on anything else. But then the second world you go to, there's dust on everything. Everything has the dust, so you can't really see. And then the third world, they take away the dust. So you're back to just guessing. And yeah, the second world you're guessing, the third world you're guessing, the first world it's very obvious. I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. It can be frustrating. That's not a bad idea, actually, Valiant. I could. So right now the UVs are all in world space. So as I move it, right, it gets the same pattern as the background. See that? It's like a sliding window. But I could pass in a uniform that says this wall is secret, and then change the math for these secret walls so they don't line up. That could be interesting. Yeah, let me try that actually right now. Great idea. Now to find that shader. It's not here. Why isn't it there? Oh, it's on the shape. It's not on the static. Yeah, so I could add a uniform. Is there a bool? There is. Secret. And then in the fragment, pretty simple fragment shader. I could say if secret UV I don't know. Do that. And then in the wall, I need to set that material or that uniform. think I need to set it here as well. Maybe that's the only place I need to set it. Yeah, I think that's the only place I need to set it. We can turn, well, let's see. Let's see. Did nothing. What have I done wrong? Secret is off. No, it's not. Why does it keep breaking there? Oh, that's in process. I'm doing this every frame? Are you serious? Okay. Because I do have to keep passing the camera position. Yeah, I think I can remove that. Yeah, it's going to work a little differently in the editor than when I'm playing the game. Let's see. It's still pretty lined up. Maybe it can't be a whole number like that in the shader. Because what would that mean, shader-wise? This would just say offset it by 3 whole things, right? Instead of, so this would offset it by 50% instead of offsetting it by 300%. Let's see. Yeah, no, no. Still not doing it. All right, let's do this. I need to test this a little faster, so I'm going to change my code here so that it does this every frame. I think I'm going to change this to fixed process. Just because physics process is a little slower. It runs a little less frequently. All right. So now like if I did that, it's changed, right? It did something different. No, maybe not. Right, that's keeping it all in one spot. It's weird. That's trippy. Oh. Okay, so this code is actually doing its job. And this should be printing true. If secret. I'm not writing shader code. I don't need the braces. It's not printing anything. Why isn't it printing anything? There it is. Okay. Okay, so it should be doing something. But it's not offsetting it like I thought it would. Let me look at that shader code again. I'm obviously didn't look at it closely enough. I'm overriding. Oh, shoot. No, I'm not. Right? It's adding, right? Oh, yes. Yes. You are right. You are correct. You are correct, Bon Meal. Thank you. Wow, you guys have been helping me. Offset the UV, yep. Overriding, yep. The two lines after, yep. Also, hello, Bon. Pokes the cheese, feels poked. I'm gonna have to, like, rate this rated R if you guys keep poking each other. Alright, I think this will fix it. Let's run it and see. I think you have to rerun Godot every time you change a shader because it it needs to recompile the shader when it runs. Oh, look at that. Did it? I think it did it. No. Did it not? No. I'm not sure what these numbers are going to do. I don't think that's going to do what I think it's going to do. You know what I should do? Instead of updating this UV, here's what I should do. Instead of changing the UV directly like that, what I need to do is change the camera position artificially. But I can't, can I? Because it's a uniform. Shoot. No. Okay, so I've got to do this. Just making up some numbers. Let's see what happens. Something. This is the part where I was saying, does floundering like this make a good stream? I don't know. create a variable UV, it's 0, 0. Update the Y, update the X. If secret, I add some offset to it. Then I get the color for that UV. My only thought here is that this actually isn't working right. Let's do this little debugging. C equals right, we'll make it red. If it's secret, it should turn red. And it's not. Let me rerun it. Everything's secret. And everything is secret because it's all using the same shader. It's not a unique instance. If the shader is, if the thing is, okay. So materials are shared. See that? It's not local to scene. And I think if I just check that box, will it fix it? No. Yes? No. Oh, maybe not there. Maybe the whole material. Those should be red. All right, turn that off. This is not working the way I'd hoped. Now nothing's red? Everything was red a second ago, and now nothing's red. Because I took out this, oh my God. Set secret. It's because I took this out. All right. Everything's red. And now if I go in here and I say make this local, then what happens? Look at that. So those walls all still look pretty good. All right, and now if I turn this debug off, yeah, I've got to restart. And it's still not doing the right thing. Maybe now this could be much bigger. I obviously don't know what I'm doing. Oh, no, this needs to move. This needs to move here. Shaders, man. Hey, now that's working. Alright, so the offset is different now. But within these secrets, the offset's the same. But compared to the regular world walls, they're different. That could work. And that only took a bunch of bumbling around. See, guys, anybody can make a game, even a terrible programmer like me. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, so we're going to keep that. It does make them more distinct. Yes, I agree. Yep. Bon, once again, with the solution that I didn't look at. This has to be more frustrating for you guys than me, because you're like watching me and you're like, no, turn left. And I'm like, oh man, I wonder which way I should turn. Should I go right? And you're like, no, turn left. Look at the chat, you dummy. So I guess the only concern I have now is that local to scene makes a copy of this material for every wall in the game now. But the frames per second is pretty good still. 385, 387. And if I turn that off, save. Shoot, it's actually slower? .388. Maybe I'm losing 10 frames a second by making it local to scene. That's fine. Maybe 20. Because here I am at bouncing around 410, right? And if I make it local to scene, bouncing around 400. It's almost indistinguishable. 410. 400. Yeah, maybe I'm losing 5-10 frames per second. But when I've got 400 to spare, it's fine. And in the level editor, I'm still at 240, 200, 150, 150. Yeah, that's fine. Acceptable. All right, so I'm not worried about it. The other worry is that I've checked this box and now I'm like, a week from now I'm going to be like, why did I check that box? I'll just uncheck it. What could it do? It couldn't be important. Let me write a note here. This sets a secret uniform on the shader so that the shader can offset the UVs for secret walls. This only works if the material is set to local to scene, because otherwise all of the walls will share the same exact material and shader, and you won't notice, and they'll all get the exact same UV offset. Only works. All right. So if you are new to programming or whatever, if you want some advice about comments, you don't need to comment every single line of code. Like, this is pretty clear what it does. If it's a secret wall, turn off the collisions and then hide it, right? I don't need any comments here to tell me what this is doing. But this, I don't need any comments to tell me what this is doing either. I do need a comment, though, to explain how and why for my future self. So this is explaining that there's a condition for this to work, and the condition is not clear. It's not obvious. So this just explains what that is. And then later, when I inevitably look at this and go, this doesn't need to be local to scene, and check it, and then things start not working, then at least I'll be able to search through my code and figure out and find this comment. And this will explain it to me again, and then I'll turn it back on. Instead of having to, do everything I just did a second time. Maybe I'll remember it. Maybe I won't. My bet is that I won't. So that's what this comment is for. Anyway, that's how your comments should be written, in my opinion. Yep. So yeah, if I wanted to optimize it later, I could make a second material. The other thing you can do is you can say, you can do shape.material.duplicate, and that'll make a copy of it. It'll make a unique copy of it, and then you reassign it back to this object. Excuse me. Make the orange guys rotate to add deepness on the gravity effects. Yes. So they kind of do. I'm going to show you guys something here. Right now, they're just floating, and normally they don't float. Normally they're on the ground. So in every level, I just have them on the ground. But if you kill one of them, they should start. Yeah, there they go. Oh, poor little dude. Poor little dude. So that makes them look more dead. Normally, they would be standing on something, so it makes more sense that they don't rotate. Like that. But then if they accidentally get shot, then they start rotating. And it's so sad. But you can still collect them. Got to bring them home. No astronaut left behind. Ah! This part's tricky. These water thingies turned out to be pretty cool obstacle. Because you can shoot through them, but it's tricky. You have to be careful, especially when there's something on the other side that you don't want to damage. Yeah, that was the guy I killed. Oh, and I didn't go to my secret area and get my 3 extra pickups. So I only get a B. Alright. Let me commit some stuff. You know what? Those magic numbers, whatever. They're fine. So this will offset the UV 30% one direction, 70% the other direction. Perfect, fine. We'll put that one in. Put that one in. And then this, yeah, just sets the shader param every time the secret button is ticked. Let's test that just to make sure. Because what should happen is, in the editor, if I tick this off, it should start to align here. Yep. And then on, off, on, off. Same with this guy, on, off. Same with this guy. So now he'll align with this pattern. Whoa, both sides changed? Oh, it's all one. Okay, it's all one. Thought I had another bug. See, so now they line up. Perfecto. This guy should work on the red ones too. Yep. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, all right. Back here, so that handles that. I changed that to physics process. Yeah. And this is the material, and it should say local to scene. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And the secret param defaults to false, which is exactly what it defaults to here. Yeah. All right. Offset the wall shader UV for secret walls. Hat tip, Valiant cheese. It feels good. Oh, yeah, probably. Probably those kinds of comments are worth including in commit meshes. But as you see, I've just committed without doing that. And so that ship has sailed. I could do an amend commit. I'm choosing to be terrible to my future self right now and not. Yeah, you guys like the spaceman dying. Yep. All right. You guys like the spaceman dying, you sick bastards. Right? You gotta have some surprises. Otherwise, what's the point? Life would be boring if you weren't constantly surprised. So, we figured out this one. Boom. Cracks in the wall. Thank you, Mo. Or M. Or 10,001. Oh no, that's binary, isn't it? 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, 17, M17. Did I get that right? M17. I'd like no mysteries in my code. Yeah, that would be nice. The thing I've learned, though, is that when I'm working on something, I can hold the whole thing in my mind, usually. Or, you know, at least the section that I'm working on. If I work on it repeatedly, I can hold the whole thing in my mind. I can model it out in my mind. I can imagine where I would make the changes, and it's great. But even after just a few weeks, it's gone. I can't do that anymore. If I'm away from that section of code for a month and I come back to it, it takes a while to like refresh my memory and figure out, oh yeah, this was there. Right. That's over there. Yeah. So even if I design the code great and perfectly, there's still going to be a mystery later. All right, dissolve shader. I don't think I have time for this. Like I said, starting streaming early in the morning. I'm looking kind of scruffy. I got to get up and take a shower. But maybe I'll be back tomorrow morning to do this again because I liked this. And we can work on this animation for crumbling stuff. Or maybe I'll work on it tonight. I don't know. But I'm picturing for this dissolve shader, I don't know if it's going to be a shader, I'm just calling it that, but I think the ground, the shape needs to, instead of just disappearing, it needs to fade out, and while it's fading out, there's going to be some animation of dust and debris falling down, maybe some actual physical particles falling down that bounce off of the player's ship, combined with particle system and animation of dust and smoke cloud, boof, to kind of hide the fade out, and things falling so it looks a little dangerous, and then some kind of rumbly, crumbly sound effect as well to go with it. Something like that. So that's what I'm going to work on next. And then once I have those two things, the secret areas will be ready to use. I'll just need to actually design them into the levels. Yeah, this was great. Once again, whenever I stream, you guys help me out so much. Everybody has great ideas. And I mean, I think I have pretty good ideas too, but I don't have all the ideas. You guys have lots of ideas. And it's nice to be able to bounce this stuff off you guys or hear suggestions. So, yeah, really appreciate it. I don't know if morning streams work for me. We'll see. But this one worked for me. So, 1 out of 1 so far, 100%. Looking pretty good. We'll see. We'll see. But maybe I'll keep it up. I know this time works better for my European viewers. And my Australian viewer, maybe not so much. I don't know how much of a night owl you are, Cheese. But yeah, I do see some new folks in here. So maybe... You failed, Cheese. Yeah, so maybe this is a good time. I don't know. It worked well for me today. And like I said, you guys helped me out. So I'm feeling pretty good. But I'm going to end it right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. If you don't know the game, go check it out. GravityAce.com. It's on Steam and itch.io. Tell your friends. Tell everybody you know. And until next time, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a good one.